Hi everyone, this is Sambhavi, and in today's video we're going to talk about being selfish. I feel like a lot of people have formed this negative opinion of being selfish and have put that entire thing in a bad light and have always deemed that being selfish is bad. You shouldn't be selfish, and they use it as an insult. Like when you say no, when you're being assertive and you say no to someone for something, they just go, "Why are you so selfish?" Because I want to. That is literally it. Anyways, so when I say we're going to talk about being selfish, we're going to talk about the importance of being selfish. So up until now, if you're literally watching this video and if you clicked on it, that means you want to be selfish, but you don't know how to, okay? And up until now, you have been putting everybody else's needs before your own, and you have been always telling yourself that they are more important than you are. Yes, they're important. I'm not saying they're not important, but are they as important as you are in your own life? No. I'm not saying that you need to stop helping other people and you need to stop being there for other people. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you need to stop disrupting your own routine just to go and help other people. Yes, helping others is good and it's really helpful for them and it's really it makes you feel good. That is good, okay? But always putting their needs before your own, that is something that needs to stop. What you've been doing all your life is that you've been avoiding your own needs and your own wants just to make other people feel comfortable. Why? That's a question you need to answer for yourself. That's the first question you need to ask yourself, and you need to answer by yourself to figure out why you're not selfish. Why are you putting other people's needs before your own? What have they done? Why are they so much more important than you are in your own life? When you always put other people above you and when you always tell people that they're more important than you, or even when you always just show it to them instead of saying it, you are basically giving them the power to control you. You're basically telling them that, yeah, I will do whatever you want me to do. Even if I am not in a good space, even if I don't want to do it, I will still do it because you asked me to. Why? Ask yourself that. Why would you do things for other people? Okay, if you don't want to ask yourself why would you do things for other people, ask yourself this. Would they do the exact same thing that you are doing right now for them? Would they do that for you if you needed their help? And would they leave everything in their life to be there for you? If the answer is no, then you need to stop doing these things for other people. You need to make sure that you're setting boundaries with people. You need to make sure that they know that there is only a certain limit, only a certain extent to which you can help them. Okay, you need to stop making everybody else's problems your own problems, and you need to start focusing on your own life. When you start pouring into your own cup and you stop pouring into other people's cup, you will see that people have started to walk away. That now, you will feel bad about it in the beginning, but that is exactly what you need. So you can't stop it. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to hold people back from leaving. If they're leaving, let them go. They're not as important as you trying to keep them back. Like what value are they bringing in your life? What exactly are they doing for you? Are they paying your bills? Are they giving you food? Are they always there for you? No. These people, they're like parasites, and you become their host. They will suck all of your energy and they will use it up to their advantage, and they will let you go when you are no longer useful to them, when you are no longer helpful to them. They will let you go. You are the only person in this friendship or in this relationship who is so emotionally attached to them. They have zero emotional attachment to you, and you haven't realized that. That is why you aren't letting them go. Now, if you say stuff like, I know this person has been draining my energy, but I've known them for so long, can I really let them go? Please let them go. It doesn't matter how long you've known a person for. If they are not good for you, and if they are draining you off of your positive energy, you have to cut them off. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because once they drain you completely of your positive energy, they will start replacing your positive energy with their negative energy. And you do not want that. Trust me, you do not want that, because filtering that out is going to be so much more difficult than it would have been just to leave. Okay? First up, if you're telling me that these people, I cannot let go of these people, because if I do, I will be all alone and all lonely and whatnot. Trust me, hear me out. These are not the last set of people that you've met in your life. There are so many other people that you still have to meet who will add more value to your life. Okay? Second, I personally would be alone and lonely. I would prefer that over being surrounded by parasites, because I'm not gonna let people drain me off of my energy, and you shouldn't either. Third, you will always attract the kind of energy that you're putting out. So if in case right now you'd be like, wait, so if I'm not being selfish, am I not supposed to attract people who are also not being selfish? That is not how this works. If you are not being selfish, these parasites, these people who suck other people off of their energy, will look at you, will realize that, oh, this person is easy to manipulate, and they will enter your life. If you start being selfish, these people will run away from you. They will repel. They will be like, oh, wait, this person is way too selfish. They will term you as a bad person for putting yourself over them, and they will leave. When in fact, you being a bad person in their life is literally just you helping yourself. Would you not? Would you not rather help yourself and be happy than to be miserable and help other people? Because helping other people is supposed to bring happiness to you. And if it's not doing that, then you need to leave. No. When I say stop being selfish, I'm not saying if people treat you like shit, treat them like shit. No. If people treat you like a piece of shit, you leave. You cut them off, you remove them from your life, you never talk to them ever again, and you simply leave. Either that, or you confront them, let them know, and then leave. Okay? If you're scared of confrontation, do the first thing. Just leave. Don't say anything. Just leave. If you're not scared of confrontation and you feel like this person deserves to know why you don't want them in your life anymore, then you can go ahead and talk to them about it and be like, you've done this, you've done that. If you promise me to not do this again, honestly, you know what? Fuck that. Forget about people making promises and actually believing them. They don't. Okay? If you think that making people realize their mistake by talking to them once is actually ever going to happen, then you are the stupid one. You are the clown. Okay? You need to leave and never come back. And trust me, you will find happiness once you leave these people. Obviously, in the beginning, you're going to feel like, oh, I just left the only people who talked to me ever, and now I'm all lonely. Like, for maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe even a year, you're gonna feel sad and lonely because you don't know what to do. You're so attached to these toxic people, and you feel so lonely without them, and you always feel like you should go back to them, when in reality you don't need to. Okay, you're always gonna think about going back to them. If you just fight this urge for a year, you will realize that you are actually so much more happier without these people, and you will attract positive energy. You will actually attract the kind of people you want in your life. A person is an aggregate of all of the people that they spend their time with. If you look around yourself and you find shitty people around you, that means you need to change the people around you. I read this quote this one time that you cannot change people around you, but you can change the people around you. That means you can't change the people who are around you right now, and you can't make them realize their mistake, okay? But you can change the kind of people that you're around. You can just change the group of people that are around you. You can just be like, you know what? You've been troubling me, you've been making me feel really low, you've been draining my energy, and you need to leave, and then you cut them off. It's literally that simple. Okay, if you feel like it's really difficult to leave this particular set of people, ask yourself this: do you want to be like these people? If the answer is no, that means you have to leave. Because it is inevitable, okay? It is inevitable. A person will turn out to be exactly like the people they surround themselves with. Hear me out. You don't want to be in the same vicinity as people who drain your energy. And I've been saying this like multiple times in this video itself, but here's why. Once you turn out to be a person like them, all of your innocence is gone. There is no part of you that is going to create guilt and make you feel bad for being a parasite. Once you've become exactly like them, there is no going back. Okay? And right now, while you realize this and while you still have time, you should leave. These people will absolutely ruin you. They will absolutely destroy the person that you actually are. They will make you hate who you are right now. They will make you hate yourself for being unique, for being you. And you don't want that. Nobody wants that. I mean, think about it. I would never want to be exactly the same and to ever fit in with the kind of people around me. I don't want that. So I just cut people off every time. I don't have any problem in cutting people off if they don't serve me. Okay. And this one time, one of my friends brought this to my notice and she was like, why are you cutting people off? Like, how can you cut people off so easily? How can you do it so emotionlessly? And I was like, because for the longest time in my life, I wasn't able to do this. And I almost lost myself. I almost lost my true self to shitty people in my life. And now, I'm not going to tolerate any of that. I'm going to let go of everybody who I feel like is a threat to me. Because nobody else is coming for you. No one is coming for you to protect you. You're the only person for yourself, and you only have to protect yourself. There's nobody else who's going to do it for you. Okay? Nobody cares about you as much as you care about yourself. And nobody should care about you as much as you care about yourself. So that basically concludes all of this. You just need to be there for yourself. You need to do whatever your intuition keeps telling you. If your intuition tells you to cut people off, do it. Listen to your intuition. And the thing is, the more you ignore your intuition, the more faint its sound becomes. So if you've ignored your intuition for years on end, right now, your intuition will be a faint, small feeling that will go away in like a second. Okay? But if you keep listening to your intuition now onwards, their voice will increase. It will be louder and it will be more evident to you as you follow your intuition more. Okay? Later on, maybe like a year or two later, after you've listened to your intuition a lot, you're going to be able to tell right away when a person is right for you and when they're not right for you. You'll know when exactly to leave, what is the first red flag that a person is showing you, what kind of people you don't want around, you can just leave. It's that simple. You're going to be able to do that if you just listen to your intuition, if you just start being selfish. Trust me, you are serving these people the way they want you to serve them because they're the only people in your life. But you're not the only person in their life. If you leave, it's not like these parasites can't find a different person to like suck onto like a leech, to stick onto like a leech. They will find somebody else. Even though they shouldn't, and they should be changing themselves. Because you know that they're so rigid and so dense that they will never realize their mistake, you need to change yourself. Okay? You need to put yourself first. You need to tell everybody, you need to let people know that they are not as important as you are in your life. Okay? See, you're not the only host body for these parasites. If you leave, they will find somebody else. Okay? Even though they shouldn't, even though they're in the wrong and they should change, The problem here is they're so rigid and they're so dense that they will absolutely never realize that they're the fault, that they're the mistake, that they are the problem. Okay? And because they don't realize it, you need to realize that you no longer need to serve these people and you can just walk away. And that's exactly what you will do. You will walk away. You will have some basic self respect and walk away from places that make you feel small, that make you feel inferior to others. Because that's not fair to you. Just because it's not fair to you. Not because it's harming somebody else or it's harming you, but just because you feel like that's not your purpose in life and just because you feel like it doesn't serve you. You can leave just because of that. You don't need an explanation for leaving every damn time. No is a full statement. If a person does not listen to you and does not agree with you once you've said no, then you can just leave. Like, you don't have to give an explanation. It's a full statement. They are in no position to demand an explanation from you once you say no. So now, if you're not the kind of person to leave people in the first go, that's not me, by the way. I would leave people the minute I see a red flag. And the thing with me is, I cut people off in the most subtle way. Like, they would never even know that I don't want to talk to them unless and until they can absolutely not reach out to me. Okay? And they do and say things, and then they feel like they're not in the wrong for doing that. But then once I cut them off, they start wondering why I did that. But if you're not one of those people, and if you're not the kind of people to just cut people off abruptly, and if you feel like you can't do it, then the least you can do about all of this mess is to go and confront these people. You can go and tell them that you do not like the way they're treating you and you do not appreciate any of this and that they need to stop. If even after you've confronted them, they don't change their behavior, then that is your last straw. There's absolutely nothing else that you can do. You have to leave. Okay? I mean, you cannot let people run you over like a doormat. Okay? You cannot let people control you because that's not what you've had as a vision for yourself, and you will not succumb to other people's needs and their wants. Alright? Alright, so that was all that I had for today's video, and I really hope you guys liked it, and I hope you had something to take away from today's video as well. I will see you guys next week with another video. Until then, bye bye!